Hey, how's it going, everybody? Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to get this out as fast as possible. A little bit of advice for people dealing with Visible, and it's not. This is not really to tarnish their name or anything of that sort. So this is just giving advice to those people out there who, may not have been satisfied with Visible Wireless. Maybe y'all ported your number out. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of advice because we just went through this experience right now with Visible, and first of all, it was a very bad experience. So Visible, uh, you know, said person is not a person that I would want handling my customers because that was a very bad experience. I mean, long wait time. The rep Simone really tried to pass it off like maybe there was some sort of internet interference or something. Like she didn't even know if we were still on the chat. I was just like, okay, you're not gonna play that one on me because I definitely can see your posts. So, anyways, I'll show you a screenshot from like the time itself. If you guys see that, I know it's probably gonna be really hard to see. So, yeah. But anyways, I'll read it off. So we've been waiting on the chat for like a good minute, and when the rep Simone came on and was just like she was going to be our agent to handle things, I gave a synopsis of what was going on, which I let her know that my babe's account, her bank account, got a notification that Visible tried to charge $40. The downside to that is that she ported her number over to Google Fi back in April. So the number was taken from Visible and brought over to Google Fi. And in the month of May, there was no attempted charge to try and charge the account $40. But we were kind of shocked to see that there was a notification from her banking app, which I also explained to the rep too. I explained to the rep that it's not a text message, like a third-party text message or anything like that. But anyways, so by explaining the synopsis that we were receiving a notification through our banking app that Visible's trying to charge $40, she played silent for like 3 minutes after that, and I'm wondering what's going on. And I'm just like, okay, what's happening here? Hey, Daryl, it's nice to see one of my favorite YouTubers doing a live video. Hey, thanks for being here, Daryl. Appreciate it. Blaze, what's up? So like. It was such a weird chat conversation with the Visible rep, and I'm wondering what they're doing. Like, are they doing something in background? Are they trying to, what are they doing? Because I'm not getting like any affirmation that they understand what's going on. I'm not getting any empathy of like, oh yes, I know how alarming that can be to see a charge coming to your account from us. Let me look into it and find out what's going on. Because when she signed into her, with her Visible logins, it brought up her account. It brought up the number that was ported out to Google Fi. It showed the last 4 digits of her debit card, and it showed that it was trying June 28th payment. And I'm like, wait a minute, you can't have a June 28th payment. You ported over to Google Fi, like a week after I left Visible. Like when I left Visible and returned back to Fi because of all the crap that they did to me with the credits and everything like that. I left it at B and I went back to Fi. Well, actually, I had Fi even before the Visible account closed out. But she ported her number over like a couple of weeks, like a week or two after I had gone back to Fi. Because Fi was doing that deal where you got 3 months half off on your bill for joining Fi. So anyways, so I'm just like, there's no possible way that there should be an attempted charge on June 28th, which was around the time where she would normally get charged for Visible service when we were with Visible. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And it's weird because in the month of May, they never attempted to charge her. So I'm just like, wait, okay, what's going on? Why does this look like an active account when it's not an active account? So conveying that concern to the chat rep, she was very unresponsive. Not even giving me any, dialogue. And it was interesting enough because towards the end of the conversation, which the conversation didn't even end well. Like we didn't have a close. There was no close. There was no, hopefully, did I resolve all your issues for you today or anything like that? There was no close at all whatsoever. Like the chat completely cut. And I ended up back at the main point where you set up to engage in a chat conversation. I'm like, what? So she kicked me out or what? And I was, I don't know. I may have came off rude, but when it comes to money, I don't play. And I'm not going to sit and hold their hand. I want them to understand the severity of the situation. So, but in that time, she gave a response maybe like 8 minutes later, and she was just like, the account is closed. It's not us that's trying to charge you. So it has to be, whatever you do in that text message, do not hit okay. I'm like, wait a minute. This is not a third party. Isn't a third party freaking message I got on my phone. What up, Carlos? This is not a third-party message I got on my phone. This is a notification from my banking app. Okay, so the app is built, for my bank. It's not a third-party text, so no one is trying to BS me. So I told her, I assure you, it is visible trying to charge. I got screenshots of the notification from my banking app saying who is trying to charge my account $40. And then there was dead silence again, no response back, waiting for the response. And so afterwards, maybe like a good, like another 5 minutes. And then she was just like, oh, well, I'm going to have to escalate this. I'm like, okay. So I asked her, if you're going to escalate this, can I get some sort of reference number, confirmation number to, just to have for records in case? I got no response back. And then the chat ended. Well, before the chat ended, she suggested that I remove the debit card information from the visible account after she said it was closed. And I was like, well, can you do it? And then give me confirmation you did it and give me a reference number and all that. So the chat ended. And when the chat ended, I was like, okay, you know what? Like I'm getting aggravated. So I'm like, I'm just not going to go and deal with them. I'll deal with them a little bit later. And when we left the, where you get support, it went back to the main account page. And now all the information is gone. Now it says that the account is no longer active. There's no charge date for June 28th. There's no debit card information to remove. It doesn't even show the mobile number that she ported out from Visible to Fi. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy on all the things that's going on with Visible. But so here's what I'm going to tell people to do. If you leave Visible, whether if you port out, if you cancel an account, make sure the account is closed. Give it a few days. Try to log back in on a laptop or through the mobile app and see if it pulls up all your information again. Contact support. Ask them to close the account. Because yes, the account can be closed. If any one of the reps are like, your account is closed, no, because I have screenshots of what the account will look like when it's closed, and they'll literally say it's closed. It will literally say that. As crazy as it can be. So, with that, I just kind of wanted to put that out there for people to get a hold of. Those people that have Visible, share this with them in case they are thinking about leaving, because that's not a good move. Now, I'm not going to say it's definitely going to happen, but just to be safe, because it just happened to us, and I don't want anybody else to have to go to that. That's a bit extreme, especially if they actually take money from the account, right? If they're able to take that money and you find out, and then you're like, I want my money back. Everyone knows how the humbug is about, getting that money back. They're going to have to reverse the charges. They're going to tell you it's at first, they probably just try to dump it on your bank and try to make your bank do it. And then you got to try to get them to do it. And then they're going to be like, it's going to take, 7 to 14 business days and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? And so, I appreciate the super chat, bro. That's why I don't like prepaid, bro. Postpaid only, and screw Visible, expose them, bro. Call me after the stream. Great share. All right. But yeah, that's no one wants to have to deal with that. You know what I mean? Because not everybody's rolling in dough. Some people are living, barely above the poverty line. And sorry if you guys hear my son. He's like, his cousin's here, and they tend to go back and forth. But anyways, and that $40 might be like what you have for gas for the rest of the week until payday. And it's just gonna suck to wake up and see count is like zeroed out because Visible took a charge, So, oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm not gonna stay on live too long. Anyways, I'm gonna jump off. But I just wanted to make sure that people got wind of this, so please share this out so people understand what's going on. And like I said, if you port out from Visible after your port is complete and your phone number is working on your new carrier, make sure you check back within 2 to 3 days. With Visible, make sure that all your account info is gone. Make sure it literally says that this account is closed. If you don't get that, then talk to a rep, have them fully close the account. If you cancel without porting out, check back, make sure that it shows your account is closed the same way. If you don't see that info, then chat with a rep. Yeah, and just keep bugging the hell out of them. Make sure that they close the account. That is the most important thing. Make sure they close the account. So that way you have that, you have that assurance that they're not going to charge. Because once they close the account, all the information on it is scrubbed. So they're not going to dig up your debit card info or your, whatever card you use on file. They're not going to dig it back up to try and charge it. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to jam out of here. Thanks for everyone that popped in to listen. Be careful, be warned. And it's not just Visible that does this. There's other companies that do this too. So the same rule applies when you port out or cancel with any other prepaid company. Just make sure that your account info is gone. Make sure when you try to log in, like with Boost Mobile, try to log in like 2 to 3 days later after you cancel your account. It's canceled. Try to log back in. If it pulls up an account, it's not closed. But if it tells you, like the number and everything don't exist, then you're golden. And you can do that with any other prepaid. So just watch your prepaid carriers when you close the accounts. Make sure they close them. Thanks for peeping the live. Jump out, and I'll chat with y'all on the next time. See y'all later. Peace.